Happy New Year. I'm very much a believer of starting the year as you mean to go on. And this is how I start my year. With a big box of books from the book people. Oh, they have their Christmas sales and there's lots of money off and I just have to buy them. Yeah, I know, it's terrible, but what are you gonna do? I think I should just stop making excuses now. There's no excuse for all this book buying, but I'll show you what I got anyway, because it's books and they're brilliant and I just can't help it. So excuse me, I don't have any muscles left. Oh, after Christmas, because I've just eaten too much and turned into a blob. Oh, talk among yourselves. I tried to open my box. Oh dear. Okay, this is the first time I've ever opened my box of books to find something that isn't a book. And I have been given a box of cereal. I didn't order this. Where did this come from? Alpha Bites, multigrain cereal letters with no added nonsense. The bare facts, healthier, happier foods. Well, there you go. Didn't expect to see that there. Cereal. Right, so, oh, I need my scissors. Again, talk among yourselves. So, I bought 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. And it cost me £27. So, the first one that I see, and I'm a little bit disappointed, and I may have to send this back. Oh, it hasn't actually damaged the book. Is Ann Duffy, Mrs. Scrooge. But there is a big crack along the front. Now, I did only pay £2 for this when it should have been £10.99. So I don't know if I can complain too much, but it's as though someone's like bent the book. But as for the actual pages, there doesn't look like there's anything wrong, so maybe it's just a superficial issue. I don't know. Slightly disappointed in that. I know I didn't pay much, but the book should still be in pretty good condition. So there's that one. The next one that I bought is written by a guy called BJ Novak, and you may know him if you're a fan of The Office, the American Office TV programme. He plays Ryan, and it's a brilliant programme. If you've never seen it, you need to watch it. And he's also a writer and producer on the show. And he wrote a book called The Book with No Pictures. And he wrote this because he wanted parents, when reading to their children, to engage them creatively without the need of pictures. So it's absolutely brilliant. It tells you how to read the book. So it probably seems boring and serious, except here is how this book works. Everything the words say, the person reading the book has to say, no matter what. That's the deal, that's the rule. So that means even if the words say blork or blurf, you have to say them. And I just think that's brilliant because it gets children engaged with words rather than with pictures. So I think that's really good. I haven't read it, I've only heard about it, but yeah, so looking forward to reading that one. Something else I got, but I got 3 copies of it, is A Child's Christmas in Wales by Dylan Thomas. And I read this years ago while I was at university, and it's brilliant. It describes a Christmas of a boy living generations away from me, but it still reminds me so much of my own Christmas. All the presents and the going out in the snow and family and all that kind of stuff. And I just think it's absolutely brilliant. And I do have a copy of this, but it's a paperback copy. And I do like my hardback copies of books. So it's a hardback book and it's illustrated. And it's absolutely lovely. So I bought a copy for me, a copy for my dad, because my dad is a fan of Dylan Thomas, so I thought he would enjoy that. And a copy for my friend Jane, because she hadn't read it, and we just recently did a radio show, and I read some snippets from that, and she seemed to enjoy it, and I thought that would be quite a nice little thing for her. And they only cost me £3, even though they should have been £10.99 each. So £3 each rather than £10.99, so not bad at all. I also bought a couple of books. I'm not sure what they'll be like, but they are the new Famous 5 books. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're kind of more adulty. So we have Famous 5, 5 on Brexit Island, and 5 go on a strategy away day. And I just thought these might be quite funny. I think there's 5 in the whole series, and there's like Famous 5 Stop Drinking. Oh, I can't remember what the other ones are. Go Parenting, something like that. But I thought I would give those a go because they seem really silly. They're written in exactly the same way that Enid Blyton wrote the Famous 5. So it's all jolly hockey sticks and ginger beer and all that kind of stuff, but for more of an adult audience. So I'm looking forward to reading those because they do look quite good. And finally, I think I'm going to have these things coming out of my ears. I've got another dot to dot book, but these are Famous Faces. The last one that I got was a Worldly Landmarks, something like that. And I got another Quackles book, but this one is Quackles Caps. And I really like these Quackles. They're circles that you colour in, and I just find it really, really relaxing. So I got colouring pens for Christmas. And I've been using them on another one of my colouring books. But I just find these so relaxing when I get home from work. I just colour for a little while and it just calms my brain box down. So that's my little box of goodies. A little bit sad about my Ann Duffy book, although on my bill there is a circle around it. I don't know whether that's for them to know that there was something wrong with it. I don't know. I will get in touch with them because I didn't expect it to have a huge crack across the front, but the rest of them are pretty good. So, yeah. I'm not even going to pretend that I'm going to find space. I'm just surrounded. You can't see down here, but there's books that I have to be careful of falling over and injuring myself on. So, yeah, have a good New Year, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.